Okay. Hi there. Dharmen, Swann-Herbert, Leela, Swann-Herbert. So Leela, can you get us started?
Uh-huh. So we just wanted to say hi um, and talk a little bit about some of the things that we're going to be doing this coming year. And
Okay, we are silly people, so just relax and enjoy the show.
And we want to talk a little about some of the things we're going to be doing this coming year. And one of them is called The Wisdom of Openness. And this is a new program for us and a new format. And it's really Dharmen's, I would say this is kind of a master course for him as far as his work as a reflector. And it's a rare opportunity for people to get that perspective of what the view of openness is from a reflector's perspective, and to get the personal feedback into what what an individual is experiencing in their openness, and get feedback from a person with definition and a person with no definition. Can you talk more about it, Dharmen?
Well, thank you for asking. Openness. We are more open than we're defined. And yet, everything so far about human design has been about our design. And it's like, okay, hello, there is an aspect to this design thing that we don't really understand. So part of the process that I'm looking to experience, and that's really what it is for me, it's an experience for me, is to help people to understand that strategy and authority, that's their school. So you have a manifesting school, you have a generating school, you've got a projecting school, you've got a reflecting school. But the openness, that's what you're going to school for. And it's to learn about life. And life that's not you. See, the openness enables us to take in the energy and to get this magnified experience of what that energy, what it brings. And when I say what it brings is, life is continually giving us this experience. But what's the flavor of that experience? And each of us has a different way of tasting, feeling, seeing, touching that experience. And so we get different ways of knowing what being alive is. I mean, see, we get stuck in this survival thing, right? We're still lingering seven-centered. It's still about the mentals, trying to figure out how we're going to survive. But human design offers those of us who are available to really begin to see that, okay, we're beyond survival. almost 8 billion of us now. Survival's not an issue. The issue is, what's the point? What's the point of it? So that's what we're here to explore. For me, openness is, it's life, because I don't really know anything else. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to help people become better acquainted with their openness. Because the way I experience it, nobody else on this planet can experience it the way I do. But the same is true for every single other person on the planet. So, wouldn't it be great if you could really get how you experience this being alive thing? And that it's made up of more than just what you carry. Wow. So that's, I say, wow, Leela calls it woo, the wisdom of openness. So we're going to explore the woo effect. And, you know, a bi-monthly practicum. You bring your questions, you bring your issues. I'll bring my understanding, we'll share, and yeah, I don't know. You know, if you're interested in understanding a different aspect of being alive, then yeah, come join us. I think it'll be fun.
I think from my perspective as a person with a lot of definition, I mean, I have 7 centers defined. I only have 2 open centers. The openness was originally taught as if it was the issue, you know, conditioning and the not self and, you know, this negative mental judgment, good, bad, right, wrong. You know, you've got to live you, and you can't let your mind run your life from your openness. And that is true. But that's a very simplistic understanding of the potential of the openness. Because when it's no longer running the life, it's where we're here to become wise. It is what Dharmen describes, this veritable garden of variety that all of life comes to us through that openness. But making that shift from the mind trying to run the life from its attempts to compensate, amplify, minimize the interpretation of the openness, what Dharmen and I tend to call the stories. How do we move from the stories to the actual experience and observation of what life is bringing? And this is really the, I would say that point of transition that we're really interested in exploring from my perspective. How do we make that shift from interpreting the openness as being something bad and negative and conditioned?
How do we even come to understand what the openness is?
Yes.
What is amplification? You know, what purpose?
What really is that?
What purpose does it serve? It's like this human design, this logic. For me, what it's done is it's given me a map to explore. And for me, it's the exploration. You know, you hear this, it's said a lot, right? You know, it's the journey, not the destination. Yeah, but what does that really mean? What does it mean? Because for me, that's what living is. Living is not a destination. You're gonna die. Hello? But it is the journey. It's as you move through it. What's the experience of that? See, for me, you know, not to get too woo-woo, but for me, it becomes a place where we really get to recognize that being alive, that's the experience. It's not what we do. It's not where we go. You know, those things are part of experiencing being alive. So how do we get to that place where we can embody our aliveness correctly for us? Because my aliveness is different than yours. But yours is just as valid as mine. So if I can have an experience of being alive and you can have an experience of being alive, then maybe we can find some common place where being alive is what we value, not what we do, where we go, how much we get.
Well, and also my sense is that journey, you know, one of the things about classes is that it kind of pushes the participants towards a particular structure. In this format, what we're doing is, where are you in your journey? What are the issues that you're struggling with? Where is it that you're coming up against the openness? Bring that to class and we'll explore it. So it's really much more a meeting you where you're at on the road than taking you through a particular process and hopefully you get what you need out of it. So in that way, it's a very unique opportunity, my sense is, to really respond to where the participants are at.
And we give you time. It's every 2 months, so you have an opportunity to come, share, get whatever it is that you get, and then explore it.
Yeah.
See, what is the validity for you? What's real for you? And then, if you want, come back to the next one, talk about what you've experienced, talk about insights that you've gained or questions that have come up as a consequence.
And the added benefit of hearing where other people are at in their journey. You know, there is a resonance, there is a quality of being able to hear other people's explorations, and then it's like, I recognize that. And it can take us deeper into places that perhaps have been, you know, kind of covered up or faded or avoided.
Not understood.
Yeah.
So six times
This
through
coming
the year,
Yeah.
we're going to meet.
Yeah.
And 2 hours or so, depending on, you know, who shows up and how much stuff you got to deal with.
How much we
and
got
we'll
to
see. We'll see. You know, maybe there will be something that as a group we discover we want to explore more. Maybe not. So that's the wisdom of openness.
And you're invited, you're asked, you're initiated. If this sounds interesting for you, if there's some place in you that feels connected to this, we'd love to have you join us. Bye for now.
Okay.